Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for ThermOWeb to share with you this layout that I created using one of the new CHA release products, and that is called Glitz Glitter Gel. So to begin with, I'm going to use some Pixie Spray. This is a new repositionable adhesive that you can put back on the back of your stencils. So what you do is you spray it, you leave it to dry for a minute, and then you lay it down, and it is awesome for scrapbooks, scrapbook projects, as well as traveler's notebook projects because the stencil doesn't shift. And that's actually absolutely perfect for this glitter gel because if the stencil shifts, it takes your glitter gel with you too, and it kind of smudges the pattern. So I forgot, and it was perfect timing actually, because I needed to let the Pixie Spray dry, but I wanted to put a little bit of a lighter sort of aqua color behind this. This is called Turquoise Sea glitter gel that I am going to use here. So I have a stencil from Echo Park, and I am going to just use a credit card, an old credit card. It's actually a store card, and I'm going to use that to spread the glitter gel through the stencil. And the stencil is not shifting because I have used the Pixie Spray, which is so awesome. I can't even tell you what an amazing product that is. And so these are just super fine flowers, and they are going to provide a background for my photos, along with a lot of mixed media that is going to come. So this is a stencil. This is actually a digital cut file that I cut using my Silhouette Cameo, and I'm actually going to use it as a stencil because I want to put some color behind the stencil, and then use multiple recuts of that same digital cut file over again. So that is the only place that I have actually used the Glitz Glitter Gel on this layout. I had toyed with the idea of using the Glitz Glitter Gel here instead of the shimmers that I'm using, but it's actually more, I'm going to say opaque is the word that I want, and it doesn't spread a thick layer of glitter gel the way that I had wanted to. What I'm doing here is it's basically like watercolor, and it didn't work the way the watercolor works, in that the glitter gel, if I had brushed it through like a stencil, it would have worked, but that would have left all sorts of product around it, and I didn't want it around it. I literally wanted it to just fill in. So I'm just using some shimmers here, and I'm going to paint through, and I'm actually going to cut through all of the painting because you don't need to see that. Then what I've done here is I have I've cut out the whole stencil in yellow, and I just want the flowers, and then I'm going to cut out the whole stencil in green, and I'm going to place these yellow flowers on top of that green, and that is going to give you the daffodils that complement the photos that I'm going to use that you see on the left hand side there. So that's the yellow for the flowers, and of course Suzanna being Suzanna, I couldn't remember which way they were supposed to go, so I spent plenty of time fussing through that. So you can see I have that darker green there. I don't actually like that darker green. It's I do and I don't. I went back and forth with it, but I'm actually going to recut that. But in the meantime, I'm going to build this layout. So I cut a strip of that very fine flower that coordinates with the flower that I used from actually a different collection, the stencil that I put the glitter gel in. And then as I put the adhesive on, I realized there was a really pretty floral on the back, but I really like the way that the blue grounds it, and the blue complements the glitter gel and that other shimmers that I've got behind the glitter gel there. I have this very dark picture of the daffodils on the left hand side, and so I needed something that was going to ground that a little better. So again, just building the rest of the layout. I really had wanted the focus of this layout to be on the daffodils, both the pictures and the digital cut file by Paige Evans on the right hand side there. And So I didn't want too much embellishment to take away from that. So there's a spot up the top where I had rubbed away some of the glitter gel by accident, and so I need to cover that spot up, and I'm going to find one of the stickers that just sort of, it looks kind of empty. I tried that phrase sticker there, but it had too much pink in it, and it really pulled in more pink than what I had wanted to incorporate into that layout. I am going to go back in later, and I'm actually going to do this off camera, and I'm actually going to add more glitter gel. So you can see how there's nothing between the photo and the daffodils on the right, and there's not enough glitter gel by the time I put that sticker right there on below it. So I wanted a little bit more shimmer. I've actually covered up all of the glitter gel, so I'm just going to nestle the stencil in beside the photo, and literally with everything on the page there, I just swipe in a little bit more, and it dries super quickly, so it was not an issue. So that's that lighter green that I go with. You know, I'm torn. I really wish I had something that was in between the two shades there, but it is not a perfect world, and I actually prefer the lighter green. It allows you to see the photo without being overpowered by that really big digital cut file there. So I am using some really awesome liquid adhesive. This is called Ultra Bond adhesive, and I really like that I can get a huge glob of it, or I can get a really fine line of it depending on how hard I push on the bottle. I will recommend to you that when you use the Ultra Bond, you are going to get all kinds of clogging problems if you leave it uncapped for too long. So make sure when you are done with your Ultra Bond that you put the cap on, and it seals it nicely, and it doesn't allow the glue to dry in the nozzle at the top there. It took me a while to figure this out, which is why you typically haven't seen me using it. But I have been using it a ton lately now that I have figured out how to not have to keep sticking a safety pin through the nozzle in order to get it to continuously apply. So I love this stuff. And when you are putting, so I had used Fun Foam behind the photo, the left-hand side photo, and so for things like the Fun Foam, this Ultra Bond is perfect for adhering that down on top of the glitter gel. So when you've got mixed media and you have things that need a stronger bond, a stronger adhesive, Ultra Bond is definitely the way to go. So now I've got all the main elements on my layout, and I am just going to put a little further embellishment. I really liked this multicolor floral, and so for another layer, just for some more visual interest, I am going to pull up that photo, and you can see how tight that Ultra Bond really adheres. It ripped the paper, which is fine. I'm just going to use a sticker to cover that up and then re-adhere that down. There's something about that multicolor strip that just kind of breaks up all of that vertical movement in the layout. This is another digital cut file. I could not find the link to it in the Silhouette store. I'm sorry, but this is from Miss Kate's Cuttables, and I know I got it from the Silhouette store, but I cannot for the life of me find it in the Silhouette store. So Spring is another digital cut file, and then these are thicker, these are basic gray letters that I have had in my stash forever to just finish off the title there. So that, my friends, is my mixed media daffodil spring layout using the new Glitz Glitter Gel. Enjoy the close-ups. If you have any questions and you're not sure about any of the new product, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Take care.